Yo, welcome back to Krabs Trades. Today we're on episode 24 of backtesting an hour per day until profitable. This is the month so far of our data that we've been doing in the past few videos. Right now we're sitting about 80% win rate, 83% win rate. And we're going to look to continue taking good setups and following our plan. But yeah, we're going to start here on the 16th in February 2023 on NQ. And it looks like we do have PPI at 8:30 a.m. So we did leave behind a news low, a data low. But right now let's determine bias. Hopping on the daily, we're still holding this daily gap, so I'm pretty bullish here up until at least these highs and then these highs up there. But let's see the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we're inside of a gap right now. And we're going to see if we hold this gap or not. Let's check the 1 hour. We do have this pretty major low here. I'm going to just mark up because it's pretty significant. Let's check the 15-minute. Actually, we don't have any like major 1 hour gaps here. We do have this though. I'm just leave marked up in case tap back into it, but based on this, if we close below inversing this 1 hour gap, that'll help me with my bias. But right now we could do anything at this 4 hour gap. We could bounce, we could hold it, just don't know yet. So bias right now is mixed, but let's see. Are these equal lows? Let's see the 5-minute. Not equal lows, but they're pretty relative. But yeah, so I'm pretty bearish. Just waiting on the 1 hour close though. That'll confirm the bias. But for right now, we got this obvious data low right here from PPI. That we could see price retrace through it, and there's that. No setup towards it, but it's a nice liquidity pool. Let's see, do we have any equal highs, any equal lows? Let's see here. We do not. See if we got any equal lows. Do have some relative equal lows here, but not equal. We're gonna leave those marked. Yeah, let's see what price wants to do. This is pre-market right now. See if this low gets ran. So 1, 2. Yeah, so we're definitely very bearish here. 1 hour inversing this gap, closing below that 4 hour. So I think it's very high probability we run for these lows here. And then if we keep melting, it's going to be these lows. Okay, let's check the 15, the 5. Got this gap. But we're just absolutely melting right now in pre-market. Took liquidity now. Let's see what market open's gonna do. Alright, now we took liquidity. We're bouncing off, I believe, what is a daily gap here. Let's see. Yeah, this is that daily gap I had marked up. Four-hour. Yeah, that was the target for the sell side of the curve. So now we could see some buys off this daily possibly. And this is also a 1 hour gap up here, which I'm not gonna mark up, but I know it's there. And there is a long opportunity here. This is the 2-minute close here, and the 1 minute is a bit small of a gap, but we swept out those relative equal lows, which were right here. You can't see them now because they're all the way back here, but I think it was those actually. But we have liquidity sweep. We also have a small internal sweep right here. So I'm thinking about taking this long here. We got delivery off the daily gap. I think we're gonna try this here and have a 20-point stopper. See, do we have any equal highs? That would help out a lot. Nice, we do have equal highs. So that's a nice target we got. Let's see that on the 1 minute. Yeah, nice equal highs on the 1 minute here. Or are they equal? They're not exactly equal on the 1 minute. Yeah, these are not equal. I don't know why they looked equal from further away. I think the chart just didn't load. But yeah, let's see if there's any others, which there is not. But yeah, let's see if this long is going to play out. We're going to move to break even right here. And this gap right here is a 15-minute gap. But let me see. Stop to break even at point like 38. I'm moving my stop on FXREPLAY because my real stop loss is a close below the 2 minute. We need a 2 minute close below here to exit. And now I'm break even here. Let's see, if we hit 101, I would have scaled 50%, which we have not. See if we can hit 101. I'll take something off and yeah, break even. But valid setup. It's just we were in a 15-minute gap, which we managed risk and went break even at. and this wasn't enough of a move to scale anything off. But yeah, we're gonna journal this, break even, and move on to the next trade. So it's like an A setup. Let's see, where are we in a discount? We are in a discount. So A plus setup, I would say, but got hit for break even. Let's throw in a screenshot here. I'm gonna say it's an A setup because bias wasn't like completely bearish or bullish. We were like kind of mixed. So here, break even, 20-point stopper. What time was this? 9:38 a.m. So it wasn't during a macro or anything. Idea was good there though. We did pump up a little bit. We do have this gap right here. That's pretty obvious. We just delivered off of it. Looks like right now we're delivering off of this 1 hour gap. My bias here is pretty bearish. See what time this candle closes. 15:18. So yeah, this isn't a valid short because we would need the 3-minute close, and that saved us there because we were waiting for the 3-minute close below. This looks really good in hindsight actually for this long. Delivery off of this, the 15 target right there. But I didn't want to take longs right now. This is like a mixed bias day, so like we are bullish and then we are bearish. Right here, it looks like we're going towards that high. This is an obvious gap right here. Took liquidity. Let's see. A high momentum closure above this would be pretty clean. But now it's 11:41, too late, so we're gonna go to the next session, and that's a break-even day right there. Jumping on the daily here. Still inside this daily gap, but we're pretty bearish. 4 hour. 4-hour inverse this small gap, inverse this 4-hour gap. Now we're gonna see if we want to bounce off this 4-hour gap or if we want to inverse that as well. The 1 hour here, we got a gap right here in price. Yeah, I'm pretty bearish on this day based on how we inverse those 4-hour gaps. We're holding these 15 minutes as well. Let's see the 5-minute. Holding this 5-minute too. So yeah, pretty bearish here. Let's put down our bias. This is a Friday. So far, it's like a break-even week, I believe. But let's go see what's up with the news. Yeah, no news, only some yellow folders. So we're gonna write that down, journal that up. Yeah, on the 1 minute, let's see what price wants to do. But like I said before, I'm pretty bearish. Right now we're in 3-minute gap. Let's see, was this market open? No. Nice volatility here though. We did not inverse this gap. Let's see what we do with this 15-minute. This is a 3-minute. See when this closes. 54. Took internal liquidity. This is a 2-minute gap here. Closes at 56. So this right here actually looks pretty clean. We're also delivering off this old 5-minute gap, which isn't too significant, but we're delivering off of this 2-minute fair value gap. This 2-minute fair value gap swept liquidity right there. Oh, we're in a 15 though. So I'm not going to take any longs here, but let's see if it plays out. I'm not taking longs because we're in this 15-minute gap. Let's see if longs play out at least to one of these highs, because we're getting a 2-minute inverse of this gap right here. Now let's see. And yeah, that saved me from being in all that chop. And stop would be to break even now. So yeah, it would have played out, but I didn't like how we were in this 15-minute gap and my bias was pretty bearish, so I didn't take that long. But it's nice to see that play out. See what we're tapping into here. The 1 hour. We do have these highs that are pretty obvious. We got these are like kind of like equal highs. They're pretty obvious. They're like triple kinda. Let's see what market open does. Took out liquidity. Very volatile here before market open. Looks like delivered off this 2 minute. Very volatile. This high should get hit right here. Yeah, got hit. And let's see if there's a short off this. That would actually be very clean. Candle closes at 38. So we can't enter. And yeah, there's the short. Gone without us. 2 minute gap. Sweep. Yeah, I didn't really have an entry because I needed the 2 minute to close like around here since the gap was right here. Tapping into a 4 hour now, we could bounce. Clean up my chart a little bit. Just check the 1 hour again. Let's mark up some 1 hour lows, some intermediate term highs and lows. Looks like we took out all this liquidity up here. So we could continue bearish possibly. We did grab a lot of liquidity. But let's see here. Yeah, holding this 1 minute gap. And sell off. See if this is like a 5 minute. Alright, nice. We're delivering off a 15 minute right now. That was in premium, and I'm pretty bearish. Even though we're in a 4 hour gap right now, I'm still bearish because of all this. I want to see us come down to those 4 hour lows. $15-minute gap. No entry there, but this should continue selling off or not. No inversion. Let's see the 15. Delivering off of this. But now my bias is kind of bullish since this 1 hour here. We're kind of respecting this 4 hour gap. So today's like a chameleon bias. That means like I'm bullish and then bearish based on what I see happening. So see here, 3 minute, 2 minute closes at 36. Alright, so we do have a 2 minute long here. we're in this 3-minute gap, so it's kind of sketchy. But I think we could reach to at least these highs, because these highs didn't really take any liquidity. So TP1, TP2, like that. I'm gonna enter on the 2-minute here. Stop below 15 points. Let's see, 101. So let's see here. We are inside a 3-minute. It is a little bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. But this is gonna be the one trade for the day. We should go for those highs though. Let's see. Yeah, so should go for these highs right here. Did we hit 101? We did not. And there we go. The reason I said that this was sketchy was because we were in this 3-minute gap. But I mean, we did mitigate it. We did close above it. And these were some obvious highs right here. We waited all day for these. 10:36 a.m. was the first trade. So we're ending this week green, 1.2R. Let's see here. So the reason this gap didn't impact anything was because we had bias correct, being bullish. And yeah, pretty much what I saw here was we're delivering off of this 4-hour gap right here. Got 2-minute inversion. We didn't really have a clean liquidity sweep, but this setup still gets an A rating, because A setups can have like one or the other, or they could have both, and then that would be A+. But in this setup, we only had, let's see, can I draw here? Yeah, we only had delivery from a gap. Let's see, momentum. We had a nice momentum closure, so we had that. Clear targets, we had an obvious intermediate term high right there that was targeting. Singular gap, yes. And were we in a discount? Let's see. Higher time frame. We were kind of in premium, but let's see. Yeah, so the thing about this is we do have this because, as you can see right here, if you read delivery from a fair value gap, that's an obvious fair value gap in discount, which is what we had. If you look here, this 4-hour gap was in a discount of the range, and that's where the delivery was from. So yeah, pretty clean trade. This 3-minute did get in the way, but I mean, it was mitigated. I mean, let's see. Yeah, if I wasn't bullish here, I would not have taken this, but I had the confidence because of bias and this obvious high. So yeah, let's throw this in the journal. 1.2R. Just let me get a better picture. Get this 4-hour gap in here. A rating, 1.2R, I believe. So that's like 600. called bias, yes. Stop size was like 15 points. Entry time was 10:36 a.m. Yeah, clean trade there overall. And yeah, let's go over to the next day, the next week. And I did take a L this week, like in the data. So let's just review this. Yeah, this was definitely valid, but I think I just had bias wrong. So that was the reason for it getting stopped when we closed below here. But yeah, we should have at least ran for this high right here. So that means that my bias was wrong. And it does look like we are in a bit of a premium here. But yeah, then I took 2 small wins this week. And by this week, what I mean is like in the data, like starting on Monday here, going to Friday, I'm like trying to make sure that every week stays green and profitable. But yeah, right here was the trade we took. Yeah, we're on to Monday now. Let's see if it's gonna be a no news Monday. Yeah, bank holiday, so we're not trading that day. Let's throw that in the journal. Let's see what that is. What is that, Feb 20th? President's Day. Alright. Yeah, banks are closed. So we're gonna journal that. I never trade on bank holidays. It's just very bad. Very bad price action. And that follows my plan. And we're on to Tuesday. Interesting, here we got some 9:45 a.m. news. So that's gonna be a crazy market open, I'm predicting. And we do have this 86% win rate right now for the month, so I'm trying to keep that like that and not force any bad setups. But yeah, if this was a funded account combine, I would need like 800 more, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. So yeah, we just gotta stay patient, disciplined, and keep going. But yeah, this is the bank holiday. Let's see. Just trending. There's some volatility. It doesn't look like too bad, but I'm just never, I mean, yeah, actually this looks really bad now that I look at it. Yeah, bank holiday, very bad to trade. I mean, there was this inverse. But yeah, I'm never realistically trading a bank holiday. Just volume is very low. And yeah, or at least not until I'm like a lot more experienced and profitable. I'm not going to be trading any bank holidays. But yeah, on the daily, let's see what we're doing here. So it looks like this daily gap is soon going to be closed because we're just very bearish right now. Higher time frame, and 4 hour is looking like it. We want to come down for this low. Pretty obvious low, but we just also took out this right here. So we gotta keep that in mind. We could see a short-term bounce. Let's check. Actually, let's drop this 4 hour here. The reason I'm drawing it big like this is because there's like two gaps in here, like one gap here, one gap here. So I'm just gonna draw up like a big gap. Yeah, let's see, 1 hour. We got a fair value gap here. So this down here is the higher time frame drawn liquidity. Well, I believe it is. So looking at this, we can get a bounce off of that to continue us down. We do have news at 9:45 a.m. So we could see some volatility that'll get us down there. I am going to keep in mind this low we just took out. We did react a little bit, but we kind of closed below it. 15-minute here. Looks like we're respecting this 15-minute gap. So bias is looking like we got it right for right now. So on the 5-minute here, we're inside of another 5-minute gap right now. We're inside of like 2 5-minute gaps, so we're just gonna mark up like a big 5-minute gap like this. And yeah, let's see what price does now. Let me double check. Yeah, 9:45 a.m. news. I accidentally just skipped a bunch here. There wasn't really any setup here anyway, I don't think. Let's see. I mean, yeah, no setup. Let's see when this 3-minute closes, 8:45. So this is also a 5-minute close below. I mean, this is a 5-minute short. We could try this. Let's see. My entry would have been right here, but stop here would just be way too, I mean, let me see. Stop would be above here, so let's see how many points. Like a 10-point stop here, and target's gonna be this low right here, and we're gonna move to break even right here at this internal liquidity. But yeah, stop loss is gonna be a close below, or I mean close above this 5-minute gap. We also close that 1 minute above. So to these equal, or not equal, to this internal low right here, it should be pretty free. 0.5R. Let me just make sure there's no equal highs above. Oh, we do kind of have equal highs here. And more equal highs, so did not see that before. So I mean, we could take the scalp, and I think those highs could be left for later. But yeah, let's see here, because this is a clean 5-minute short. Stops a close above. Yeah, I would be break even here because we created this new internal level. So break even trade right there. So you can see we hit this new internal that we made, and then back would have been break even. So on FXREPLAY, I gotta make it so that we can go back to that break even, so that my stats aren't messed up, and that's like basically break even. I mean, let's see. Now move to break even. And let's see. Yeah, there we go. I believe the break even should have been hit. There we go, break even. Alright, so let's journal this. This was a 5-minute entry. So here what we had was delivery off this 5-minute. We had a 1-minute liquidity sweep here. And yeah, hit for break even. Let's see if it would have saved us. Possibly, but let's journal this here. Let's go on the 5-minute, journal it like that. So we do have equal highs above. I do want to use those as a target. Stop here was 10 points. This was like an A setup. But I would say since we had equal highs above, it would be A minus. Now we have like a mixed bias, because I see those equal highs that we now have. 8:45 a.m. So we have a lot of liquidity sitting above. Let's clean up the chart here low. Let's see what would make sense. If we can take out this hourly low, that could give us the liquidity that we need to come up for these equal highs. I am looking at this right now. We had a sweep, small sweep, but we still had a sweep. And looks like we took out this daily low. We could see a retracement now. So I think I'm gonna actually take this 1-minute very high momentum play right here. We're gonna run like 10-point stops, and target's gonna be equal highs like that, and stop to break even is gonna be right here. Internal liquidity 0.4R. Yeah, let's try this. This is pretty clean. Actually, we left equal lows. I thought this was a sweep, but these are equal lows. So now I kind of want to wait and see these get rated. But let's see if this long would played out. Yeah, so the long one not played out because of these equal lows right here. Perfect. So now we swept those. Now I think that we have the liquidity that we need to come up for the equal highs. Let's see, 15-minute, 5-minute. So now after taking those equal lows, I think we should be able to go back up, because those equal lows were an issue. Just like that, and around like 8-point stop. Stop to break even is gonna be this level here. Let's see, is this kinda not LR there? But we have a ton of built up liquidity here, so I could see this all being ran through. Just kinda like a ton of wicks. It is kinda LR, but not really. But yeah, I do like this setup a lot. A rating setup. Let's see here. 0.66. Alright, so now if we take out this high, we're gonna move to break even there. And yeah, stopped out. This was very valid though. Equal highs above. Liquidity sweep of equal lows, 1 minute inversion. Very clean. We were in a discount as well. But yeah, that's that. L on the day. Looks like market open is going for those highs. And yeah, took the equal highs. Looks like we were waiting for news at 9:45. So we were kind of chopping before then. But yeah, news gave us the momentum that we needed. But unfortunately here it took an L. Let's journal that. But this was a valid setup. We took out a daily low of liquidity. We took out equal lows, 1 minute inversion. Definitely valid. I think what messed this up was having news soon. I think that messed it up. Stop was like 10 points almost. Mixed bias. This was at 9:21, so news was in like 24 minutes around. So I think price just wanted to consolidate before that, and we also had market open soon. So yeah, I'll trade there, but was definitely a valid setup. I think news just got in the way, we kind of just chopped up before the news. We didn't have the power to go to the equal highs before the news. But Wednesday here, FOMC. So I believe FOMC is like normally choppy conditions, but we're gonna see if we get a setup. 2 p.m. If it's very choppy, I'm gonna just not be trading. But yeah, let's see here. Date's the 22nd, Wednesday. Looks like on the daily we closed below, inversing this daily gap. So I'm very bearish until here. See the 4 hour. Four-hour inverse looks like we held this 4 hour gap here. Kind of bouncing in between these two 4 hour gaps. 1 hour. Check the 15-minute. Kind of inside of a 15-minute right now as well. But on the 5-minute, my voice just cracked crazy there, but it's on this 5-minute, we are inside of a 5-minute gap as well. But I'm pretty bearish here. See what market does. If it's very choppy, not going to be trading, but we'll see. See market open 9:30. Very slow right now. Looks like we could get this 2-minute inversion. This is actually pretty clean to the downside here. Delivery off this daily gap, liquidity sweep. We got 1 minute internal, so we're gonna be aggressive with break even. But we're gonna take this short right here. Stop is it close above. And we're looking to retrace this move. Got like equal lows down here. Not the most obvious equal lows, but they are technically equal lows. So we're going to use those as a target. No equal highs above. But yeah, this is pretty clean. Gonna be very aggressive with break even though. 0.17 hour move to break even. So yeah, let's see this. 2-minute closure. And yeah, break even. So you can see we ran this liquidity and then back to break even. So as you can see, it didn't hit my stop first. That's why I was aggressive with break even there, and I like this because of the equal lows and delivery off this daily gap. So let's journal this. That was pretty A+. It's just that we had FOMC, so it's like a setup now. We're bearish here. This was at like 9:38 a.m. And I think the rest of FOMC we're just gonna watch because very choppy. Skip through here. Yeah, my voice be bugging. But yeah, FOMC is like usually pretty choppy until we get it at 2 p.m. So let's see that FOMC candle. Yeah, so FOMC is a big news event and normally gets pretty choppy before it. But yeah, we did take a break even. Alright, so on to 23rd here, Thursday. Let's see if we got any news. 8:30 a.m. GDP. Let's note that down. We're going to see if price can leave behind a data high or low. And it looks like we did leave a nice data high right here. Let's see here. Daily inverse to the downside. I am still pretty bearish, higher time frame. But we took out this 4-hour low, meaning we could want to retrace a little bit. We're inside this 4-hour right now. There's another 4-hour gap here. On the 1-hour, we're holding up this 1-hour fair value gap right here. And this one here. Looks like we got equal highs here. Let's see on the 1 minute if these are equal highs. And we do have equal highs here. So nice target there. And on the 15-minute, we're also delivering from a 15-minute gap right now, and a 1-hour gap, and a 5-minute. But right here, we could see a nice move to the upside right now to this data high, and we have equal highs above as well. See if we get a setup. Did not mean to skip that many candles. This is a 2-minute inversion here. And the 1 minute, so I think I'm gonna be taking this to the upside. We have, the only issue is we don't have a clean liquidity sweep. I mean, we did take out internal here, but our targets are very clear here. We're delivering off 1 hour. Actually, I take that back. We do have a decent liquidity sweep, not decent, but like we swept this internal level, And yeah, I think the draw is this data high here, and then equal highs up there as well. So stop to break even is gonna be this internal high right here. Let's see what that would be. 0.35R. And stop loss is a close below here. So now technically we did make an internal high here. So stop to break even would be right now. And we're still live here. We did push through this. Did we hit 1-to-1? 10 points? Let's see. Not yet, but at 10 points, we're probably going to take something off. Because we're also inside of a 5-minute right now. And yeah. There's our 10 points. So we're going to close 50% here. If FXREPLAY glitches out here, I'm going to be so mad. Alright, good. FXREPLAY did not glitch out. So right here, 101. Close the little partial there, and let's see if we can run for those data highs. Expecting that 1 minute. Swept this level. This is a clear target to these data highs, and actually I think I'm gonna just be closing full there. And there's that. So TP would have gone hit there. There we go. Plus 670 something, I think. What was it? Let's see. What did that runner pay? That was a very clean setup. Yeah, that runner gave us like $600 around because it was a 1 to 3. And the net profit on that position was 993, which we're just gonna round to 1,000 because that's what it actually should be. It should be 1,000 profit or a little bit more, I believe, because we actually closed. Like FXREPLAY isn't like exact with where I closed my partials and stuff, but yeah, pretty clean P&L here though. I believe this one was on like accident. But yeah, we're gonna journal this and we're gonna wrap it up here for the session. So what I saw here was 1 minute inversion fair value app, which was technically a 2 minute as well, but I used the 1 minute since it just looked a lot cleaner. And here, stop loss to break even at internal liquidity. Close the partial at 1-to-1 and closed full here. Let's see what news event this was. What was this? 23 GDP. So very nice retracement back to the news high. And yeah, we had delivery here off the 1 hour. and this is called a one setup for life. So on these setups, sometimes you don't have to go break even here if you don't want to, if you have high conviction that these data highs are gonna hit. That's what some people do with these one setup for lives. But yeah, here we had a sell side liquidity read. And let's just mark this. Very clean. Let's journal that up. We didn't have the best liquidity sweep, but we did have internal liquidity sweep, which I really liked, and delivery off the 1 hour was the most important thing here. 1 minute inversion, which was also the 2 minute closer. It's just I liked the 1 minute gap here because it was a lot wider, but could have used 2 minute as well. I did wait for that 2 minute candle closure and entry off of that. And yeah, data high hit right there. Very clean. These are one of my favorite setups, the one setup for life. I think we attempted some here, which we got stopped. Our runners got stopped for break even. But yeah, these are very clean, very high probability. Let's see. Yeah, so right now the one setup for life has 100% win rate. Let's see how much profit. 1,000 profit. And yeah, one setup for life right now has 100% win rate. A+ setups have 100% win rate. A setups 80% win rate right now. And let me add in here A-. Yeah, so that's that. Stop loss here was like, I think 10 points. Let's see. Yeah, 10-point stopper here. Bias, yes, we said we were bullish because we had equal highs. So let's see now if these equal highs would have hit, or if we would have gone hit for break even. Yeah, so could have left another runner. And never mind, we'll get hit for break even, but see, I want to journal it like this because so that in the screenshot I can have the equal highs above, which gave me a stronger bullish bias. Entry was 851. Alright, so a little bit of breakdown of the week here. Started on the 20th, which was a bank holiday. We did not trade that day because volume is just way too low on bank holidays. So then on Tuesday we took a break even right here. Was a valid setup. Didn't really have, I mean, we did have a little liquidity sweep, not the best though. 5-minute delivery, I believe. Yeah, 5-minute inverse for value gap. And we got hit break even at the internal low. And then we had a loss. Was this on, yeah, this was an FOMC day. Alright, so pretty much here we had equal lows ran. we weren't really delivering from anywhere. That could have been the issue here. And we got 1 minute, close above with strong momentum, only gap in the leg. We're in a discount, and I wanted to see at least these highs hit. I would have moved to break even there, and we did have equal highs above. This was definitely a valid setup. Just looks like we did not get our move. It looks like it was a little bit close to market open here, and there was 9:45 a.m. news this day, so this could have messed us up, but definitely a valid trade. We had nice target, equal highs, double equal highs, which ended up getting hit after market open. And then we took another break even on FOMC, which really shouldn't even be trading during FOMC, but break even there. Took one trade and called it. Closed below here, and I believe this was like a 2 minute or something, 2 minute inverse, and then went break even really quick at internal liquidity. Had equal lows below, so this gave me conviction here. Had a nice liquidity sweep, nice delivery off this daily gap. Very clean liquidity sweep. I'm actually surprised we did not run the equal lows here, and it was after market open, but yeah, it is what it is. That was on Wednesday, and then we had this one setup for life on Thursday here, which played out very clean. We didn't end up hitting the equal highs, so it's good that I closed full here. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for this video. Ending this session with 78% win rate, and we only need 300 more to pass eval if we're treating this like an eval. But yeah.